Foxtel Cup kicked off last week with the newly named Western Storm travelling to Adelaide Oval up against West Adelaide. And they were much more fancied West Adelaide, but no one told the Western Storm. And they came from absolute nowhere to surprise West Adelaide with a very close win. And tonight, well, here at Etihad Stadium, the West Perth Falcons are in town. And why not? It's a time for a team photo here at Etihad Stadium. First time they would have played at this venue under the roof. They played 16 premierships. They're the current reigning premiers of the Waffle. At the moment, though, they've played 6 games in this season and they're 2-4. So things haven't started as quickly as they'd like. And their opponents tonight here at Etihad are the Box Hill Hawks, the reigning VFL champions. They've won 4 premierships in their time and they have backed up last season's win, going nicely after 6 games, 5 wins and 1 draw. That draw up against Sandringham. So the Box Hill Hawks look as though they might be the team to pick, but the West Perth Falcons have a pretty good side in. Joining us here in commentary and down on the ground at the moment, 2 men that'll have a fair bit to say at half-time about the Jay Viney suspension, and that is Cameron Mooney and Barry Hall. Gentlemen, it's been the talk of the town so far, Jay Viney, and I guess it will be for the rest of the night as well.
Thanks, Matty. You're right. Looking forward to half-time, Baz, having a little bit of a say on what's going on there with Jack Viney. But look, very excited about tonight. Got the VFL champs, the Box Hill Hawks and the West Perth champs in the Waffle playing tonight, going head-to-head.
Yeah, it should be a fantastic match. If both these sides weren't matched up so early in the Foxtel Cup, I'm pretty sure they would have went a fair way in this competition. Look, West Perth hasn't been the best form of late, but this is a chance to get your form back against good quality opposition in the Box Hill Hawks. They're undefeated so far. They're flying.
Well, speaking of the Box Hill Hawks, it'll be a great pleasure to introduce their coach, Marco Bello. First-year coach, mate, and you must be wrapped the way the reigning premiers have started the season.
Yeah, we have been. Look, 5-0 start is great. We haven't played our great brand of footy to date yet, so really looking forward to tonight. Hopefully we can put those 4 quarters together that we've been searching for, so looking for a really good night.
And obviously Foxtel Cup Tuesday night. A lot of clubs struggle with that. How you guys handled it?
Yeah, look, a lot of the guys have put this on their calendar for a long time and been looking forward to it, as I have. So we've really made sure that the guys recovered well over the last couple of days since Saturday, and we've had 10 holdovers, so half and half. So we should be looking for most of them getting a lot of game time.
And West Perth, you seen much of them?
Yeah, we've seen a couple of games here and there, and they're a quick brand of footy. They take the game on, and they've been getting some scoreboard pressure, so we'll have to curtail that.
Well, Marco, best of luck tonight. Hope you have a great win. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks, boys.
Foxtel Cup.
He kicks this, they've won the game. He's put it through, and what a game! I don't think I've ever seen anything like it in my life. Listen to the crowd. Where's all the numbers there? And he's put it through! Oh, they're the sort of lights that then you frequent fire points. They scored championship cup. The icing on the cake.
Yes, game 2 of the Foxtel Cup from Etihad Stadium under the roof, and I'm joined by Adam Ramanauskas as well. And Rama, let's take a look at the lineups. Box Hill, we heard from Marco Bello, half and half. They've got a good blend of youth and experience, some Hawthorn and some international rookies.
Yeah, look, they've got a great blend of players. A couple of youngsters I'm looking out for tonight. Alex Woodward coming off 2 knee reconstructions. Had a bit of a shoulder injury to start the season, but looking forward to seeing him. But also the 2 New Zealanders, Shem Tupu, which will be a tongue twister.
He can pronounce Ramanauskas as well.
And Kurt Heatherly, so looking forward to those 2.
Looking to the West Perth side, Andrew Strike is an Eagles player, Shane Nelson, they were both best and fairest last week. They're a premiership side and they've got a lot of players that played in the grand final.
Yeah, and that's really important. Coming over to Etihad Stadium tonight, they're bringing a reasonably experienced side over, so they'll be looking to put up a good showing. As Baz said, haven't started the season as they would have liked, but tonight can be a bit of a launching pad for the remainder of the season.
It certainly can, because you come up against really good opposition and all of a sudden you can play yourself into some form.
That's right. I think it brings the best out of you. And look, Box Hill, they are the measuring stick of the VFL competition here in Victoria. So, West Perth will be right up for the challenge. We've seen them in the Foxtel Cup now for a couple of seasons. So, they want to progress. But look, I think Box Hill tonight may be just a little bit too strong. Those are 11 listed Hawthorn players, and obviously half the team they've held over also.
Yep.
They should be in for a good night.
Well, West Perth will be kicking to the right of screen. We saw Marusik head down full forward. He's kicked over 300 goals in the Waffle in his career. We saw Sam Isles there with a beard. We played a bit of football at the Gold Coast Suns.
Yeah, so look, they're an experienced outfit, the Box Hill Hawks. So That will be very important early in this game. As we know, Foxtel Cup, you need to get off to a good start, shortened quarters.
Set to go in this game 2. And Big Loudon up against Martin. Ball comes again. Guardian is there over the top of Woodward. It's taken quickly by O'Donnell. Off the ground, Loudon. And Isles gets the first clearance for the Hawks. Deep inside their forward 50. Going back was Jones. Well, they got me. They're actually going to the left of screen. They've got Marusic at full back. So forget everything I said there, Rammer.
Well, that's okay. But that was disappointing. That exit from defensive 50 there by West Perth, just straight to the Box Hill player.
So Sam Cust, from just inside 50, hits it okay, but he just drifts off to the right. So the opening score of the night to Box Hill, to Sam Cust in his 3rd season with the Hawks. It'll be Stephen Brown, former Carlton defender, to kick in, risky kick, and cutting across and taking the mark well is Pat Lawler.
Yeah, look, not a great kick by Brown there.
Didn't get a lot of distance on it.
It was. Look, it didn't really sit up, but also wasn't to the advantage of his teammate there in Rowan Kerr.
So Lawler, 2nd season for the Hawks last year, played 17 games, and that's a similar kick to the first, although it just comes back and hits the woodwork. So they're getting closer. They're inching towards their first goal, the Hawks. Now, what will the Falcons do with the kick in here? Again, it's Brown to kick in. Gets more distance on this. Numbers for the Hawks, though. Collins is there. Here's Woodward. Ball spills towards Isles. Strong handball forward. Oh, good tackle. It was on top of the skipper Mirror. Isles again. Guardian cutting through traffic. Nelson is there. Now he dives on it. And he's given the benefit of the doubt. I thought he raked it in.
The umpires have been a bit more lenient on that, I think, this season, where they've given the player the chance. I was saying on the replay, yeah, he did drag it in, but they're giving him a bit more chance. Was held to him clearly.
Clearly held to him. Mirror back to take the mark. And a free kick, though, so it's going to go to the Falcons. It's going to go to Slikas. And he kicks it out in front, just a little bit too far, but
it's a good kick.
They had the numbers, and it's a good take by Black. Aaron Black takes the mark, 30 metres out, and he should kick the first goal of the night.
Oh, it was well weighted.
Yep.
Oh, I thought the kick was well weighted. You could see there Black just drifting down that outer side of the ground. So a very good kick there, and should convert.
3rd in the best and fairest last year, Aaron Black. Can get plenty of the ball, average 25 disposals, but this would be a nice start for the Falcons. Their first inside 50, 35 metres out. Looks pretty good off the boot. He likes it, and the Falcons get there first, and that'll give them some real confidence going into this game. And I like the way they move the ball forward.
Well, look, it was really well done there. Look, not sure the free kick was there. We're seeing the replay here.
Just got rid of him.
He did, but it was a real show of strength by Mirror there. But I love this kick. It was perfectly weighted. Black just drifting down from his wing. And it was a great kick there. So Heatherly could have got a hand onto that football, but a great finish there by Black also.
Just off to the left as well, there was another forward there for the Falcons. So well placed. If it drifted left, they had the numbers to work things out. Falcons were the first. They're up by 4 points. Loudon over the top of Martin. Woodward first to it. Murphy was there. Woodward again. Murphy. Quick clearance. Almost the mark by Wood. Ball goes forward, and standing in the way, though, is Morrow. Morrow's kick. Wider. Here's the goal scorer in Black, working both ends of the ground. Just short. Brown again. Again, it's a risky kick from Brown.
Dangerous.
Yeah, it's twice he's done that, Barry. And a chance here to Tupu over the top. Sicily to Tupu again, and the Kiwi kicks the goal. Touched.
Well, look, you want your players to be bold and you want them to take risks at some stage, but there's certain parts of the ground where it's just a no-no. And look, a good effort at the end to get a finger on that, but to turn the ball over and take risky kicks in the back 50, it's just not the time nor the place to do it.
A little bit untidy coming out again. Handball by Jones, misses his target. Nelson spins out of trouble, finds strike. They've got some runners. Chance here again, though. They get a second chance, the Falcons. Johnson puts it out wider for Jones again. Kicks it long. Manning, that's second in line. First in line, though, was Adams. Deep into the pocket he goes, and an easy one to cut off. Your early thoughts, Moons, on the way the game started?
Look, I think the Box Hill boys have started extremely well. I know they haven't quite put the score on the board yet with 3 behinds, but we spoke with the coach Marco Bello just off air, and he said how his boys were very, very keen to please tonight and are very much up and about in the warm-up.
Taken again by Joe Morrow. Kicks it up high. Adams almost. Over the top of him is Cust. And we'll have a ball up on the outer side.
It's interesting watching the way Box Hill's set up. It's a very similar style, obviously, to the Hawthorn side, where they try to push as many numbers up as they can to squeeze the opposition in. But again, then offensively, they like to use their foot skills. So trying to replicate, and I think it's a great idea, what the senior team do. So when they do come up to the seniors, these young guys, they just fit straight in automatically, which I think that's the way all VFL clubs or waffle clubs or whoever that is need to be coaching their guys.
I guess it's also the benefit of the experience of the group, and they've been together a while, so that they can do that. Some clubs are forced to bring players in a little bit early because they don't have that system in place. But anyway, Big Loudon gives it off to Willsmore, and Willsmore gets plenty on it. Jones slides in, can't take it. Gets rid of Cust and then wraps him up and holds in and hoping for a free kick for holding the ball. Doesn't get it, umpire will ball it up again.
And look, all the play's been over that outer side of the ground so far, Baz. I think, to me, it seems like these two teams are just feeling each other out at the moment.
Yep.
Just going, okay, what have you got? Oh, okay, we're doing this, you're trying to do that, and it'll open up very shortly, I think.
High ball up, tough one to mark.
Good contest.
Adams came late, and Adams lays the tackle after it. That's a serious attack on ball and man.
Well, that's what you want from your big fellows up forward. You want him to attack the contest, bring the ball to ground, but then you want him to follow up and tackle just as he did.
Hasn't played a game for the Falcons, so it's a nice way to start. Former Swan. On hands and knees. Potente got it out, but it ends up with Locke. Smothered, touched off the boot. Murphy tried to get it forward. Marusik couldn't take it. Good quick give. Loudon. But that one's not so good. And eventually goes out of bounds once again. "18 minutes of the quarters. Counting down. 18 minutes. Here's Manning for the Falcons. It rolls past everyone. Adams again.
Well done.
Good smother. Chance for the Hawks on the way out through Locke. Missed the target though. Brown comes through from 60 metres. Thinks he'll have a shot at goal, but it just drifts off. But they can set up. It's a boundary throw in. Good attack on the foot.
Yeah, it was. It was a terrific tack on the football. But Brown came. He'd set up that wall. But once that ball had spilled out, he virtually left his position and his man because he knew he could win that football. So it was really, really good play by Brown.
So Loudon had the height advantage there and just lays it down to Isles, but it spills out. It's a dangerous ball. Numbers for the Hawks. Manning got there first and got free. Tried to beat too many though. Yes, he's caught holding the ball. Got free. Couldn't beat the second one.
Well, he had two attempts there, Woodward. He missed the first tackle, which he would be disappointed in, but was able to nail him on the second one.
Short pass ends up with Murrett, and he gives a little one over the top to Murphy. Murphy with a switch to Brand, and that's not bad. Brand can take it and go. That's got a bit too much on it though. That'll suit the Falcons. And going back is Kerr into the middle. He spots a man. Guardanen, he's busy. He pops it into the pocket. Numbers though for the Hawks. Brand again. to the wing. Spoil should come from Jones. It didn't, but it falls for him nicely. Got a lucky bounce. Hard one from Morrow, but he tapped it forward. Good advantage play. Tedesco involved. Guardian hit and hope really there. Grimley there for the Hawks. Falcons cut it off again. But just a little bit untidy, but it spills out. Chance for Tsalikas. Jones backing up. Good numbers there from West Perth. Manning's kick, not a good one. And an easy one for it's Ryan Exon to mark, and he switched.
They've been a bit untidy, West Perth, and they're just playing in the hands of Box Hill Hawks at the moment. They get numbers back, and you need good ball use against the Box Hill Hawks to cut them up going forward. They just haven't had that at this first quarter.
Yeah, the effort's there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the work rate's there, but just a little bit untidy. Tackling's been good, though. And it's a ball up on the outer side.
We're seeing there on screen Box Hill AFL games. Isles with 33 games. Ben Ross 14, Grimley 3, and then Mark Locke, who I think was the first captain of the Gold Coast Suns when they were in their under 18,
in the juniors,
in the under 18 years.
Good trivia question, mate. Quick kick forward by Willsmore, and Tedesco can't keep it in.
You look at the numbers around the football, and I always feel that it just needs to spread out because the game it's just played in so close now. Teams that want to try run the football, they need to get numbers away from these contests so you can create space around it.
We've seen the Cats do that at times, don't they? Just get away and try and slingshot back.
That's right. So, look, you might concede the stoppage, but if you've got numbers sitting behind the football, you'll win the football back, and then off you go down the other end.
Woodward, strong use of the body. Falcons, though, through Shannon, uses his pace, kicks it up high. Big pack forms, and the spoil was from Max Alexander. He wanted the boundary line, he found it.
Well, that's where you get some really good sides who are all on the same page. They know what they're doing at every certain time, at every certain stage of a game. If they want to clog it up, they can. If they want to open up and get a bit of run, open up the game to score quickly, they know how to do that as well.
Out the back, it falls for O'Donnell. Hard one for Jones. Doesn't get a good bounce in. Comes to Tupu. And the recovery's good, but he's not sure what to do here. And by hand, he misses his target. He's back on it for a third effort. He's going to get beaten. And a good learning experience for Shem to Tupu.
Geez, Grimley copped a fair whack there off friendly fire.
Here's Grimley.
Oh.
You get 2 weeks for that.
It took a little while to get up.
High ball up, Jones, and no communication there with his teammate in Morrow.
Unfortunately, Matty, those kind of jokes, that's exactly where our game's at sometimes, isn't it?
Oh, look, don't try to bring my flippancy into this conversation, but I'm on the same page as you, Cameron. Martin over the top. Got a couple of tall fellas there. Comes out the back towards. Oh, the handball almost found Murphy. Kick forward. Grimley. Now Morrow got in first. Grimley over the top of him. Morrow's got to be careful. Does get it out. That's Sicily over the top with the tackle. And underneath that is Andrew Strike.
Loudon's been really good in the ruck for the Box Hill Hawks. 10 hit-outs to 2 at this stage, but West Perth have just been picking their pocket at this stage. Just 7 clearances to 6, so they're reading the taps really well.
Nelson gets another clearance for them. Wood. Cut off by Jones. It's actually Guardian. That's a good take.
Well judged.
Alexander. He's got to wait for the cavalry to arrive. He's got to find a target. Still waits. Now he goes deep into the pocket. Good strength, Mira. Far too strong there for Tsalikas.
Yeah, very accomplished VFL player, David Mira. He's been on the radar for a few AFL clubs now for a number of years. Just hasn't had that opportunity yet at the highest level. But if he continues form as he does in the VFL, he may get that chance.
Messy kick from Miles, but he also got a messy kick from O'Donnell before he got there. Nelson's good player. Like what I've seen from him already, onto the chest of Crisp. Crisp. Oh, it's 3-on-1. It's a tough one for Manning. The best he can hope for is a boundary throw in, and he realised that situation.
Well, they just do it so well, the Box Hill Hawks, and as I said, West Perth are just playing into the hands. In terms of going inside 50, look at them just filing back.
Yeah.
3-on-1, ball comes to ground, and it's in the box seat for the Box Hill Hawks.
Collins was over the top. No real ruckman there. Nelson. 1-2. Wobbles it forward. Dive there from Brand. Plenty of players around the ball just waiting for the whistle.
And we look at that 3-on-1 contest, and what Box Hill, they're allowing West Perth to outnumber them around the contest, Baz. So then that's allowing Box Hill to have that 1 or 2 extras back at the moment. So they're waiting for the game to open up where they can then use their foot skills to get out of there.
What's also happening, Rammer, is they're 50-metre long high kicks. So there's nearly 3 seconds of hang time. It just gives your defenders time to get back, give you a chop out, give you a hand. You need some short, piercing 30-metre kicks into your forward 50 to really chop up the defence of the Box Hill Hawks.
The interesting thing, though, is that they're working hard and you're spot on. But there's 1 goal to 3 points.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually in front.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is what they've done well. In at the clearances.
Restarts. Just restart. Yeah, keep the ball in close. And they should be winning the clearances because they are. They're out. No, you can see David Mirror sitting off the back of this contest. He's the extra. So West Perth have an extra number, and it's going to go straight to Mirror here.
Johnson's kick high, straight to Mirror, as Rama said.
The one thing it is, it's 10 inside 50s to 4.
Yeah.
The efficiency just isn't there at the moment, and they might kick himself for it later.
Mirror gets plenty on the kick. Favours Martin, though, and Big Seven Martin gets up and takes it. Oh, running into a spot of bother was Johnson. But they got numbers. First time we've really seen him switch. They only go halfway.
That's better.
Tedesco's kick finds Jones. Wants to play on quickly. Man out here on the side is Brown, so he's drifted down.
So that's good play. That's exactly what you want from your group. When you're bombing it in, you're just getting plucked off. You need to be smart. You need to lower your eyes. You need to find some players with 20 or 30 metre little chips. Now you've got a shot at goal. What it does is it draws out the defenders of the Box Hill Hawks.
Well, as Barry mentioned, they've had plenty of inside 50s. This would be a good return, but he's kicking from just outside 50. He's got AFL experience, and it was needed, and it was there. 2 goals to the Falcons. They lead by 9 points. The goal kicker, Stephen Brown.
Look, it was good play because out of that stoppage, they brought the football back through the centre of the ground. It was a really good mark by Martin. Mirror just lobbed that football up out of defence. But they brought the football back in the middle of the round, then it was chip, chip, chip. So what that's going to do now is that's going to draw the Box Hill players out and try to man up. So that then will allow the one-on-one contest inside 50.
Well, it makes your defenders accountable. So if your man's getting a little chip right on 50, he's had a shot at goal, well, then he's worried about you.
So just over a minute remaining before quarter time, a handy goal for the Falcons. And here's Guarden, and Tedesco's there. And he gets on his left boot and pushes it out in front. It's not a bad kick. It allows Johnson to run onto it. Now he goes back a long way. Morrow. Standing start. Well, it was actually Tedesco again because there's Morrow. Oh, Johnson's gone. Took a long time. The advantage should be taken. It is. O'Donnell sets it up for a one-on-one situation. Over the back, and, well, he had plenty of it. Sicily.
Yep, he's in the box, so it was a good kick in the end to put it out to advantage side over the back. And this is what good teams do. Just efficiency inside 50, a long kick, advantage side to your forward, and a great mark in the end. Let's hope he can convert.
So this will hurt the Falcons. 20 seconds to go before quarter time. James Sicily just leans back on it, and they've kicked 4 behinds, all to that right side. There's no wind here with the roof on. There's no excuse. Should have kicked that.
Oh, look, absolutely should have kicked that.
So on the way back out, they've been very risky, and that needed a strong mark, and they got it from Marusic. And he launches it, gets it out of the danger zone. Wants Manning, who gets rid of his opponent and goes over the back. But unfortunately for Cody Manning, the time beat him. It was a promising foray forward for the West Perth Falcons. And some opportunities missed for the Box Hill Hawks. And you'd have to say that given the Falcons have had most of the inside 50s and most of the play, they'd be pretty pleased to be leading. Quarter time here. Foxtel Cup from Etihad Stadium, round 1, and it's 8 points to the Falcons. Welcome back to Etihad Stadium, live and exclusive, the Foxtel Cup on Fox Footy. And one of the beauties of this competition is we can get up close and personal with the coaches. Here's Marco Bello at quarter time at the Box Hill camp.
let's get our forwards hitting up. Shem, all right, Goomers, let's make sure we've got that long down the line if we need it. But then let's get the rest of the guys getting in front square, all right?
Wind it up.
We also got to think about sticking our tackles, which we spoke about pre-game, our commando stuff. Stick those tackles. Woody rip a tackle there, but it was a third effort. It was a third guy who came in and did it. Let's really make sure if you get a chance to stick a tackle, you go in, we stick the tackle, then we're playing on our terms. This is the way we're lining up. All right, so again, we don't have to change too much. Let's get the ball in our hands. All right, kick to handball ratio started to skew a little bit towards handballing. All right, let's get the ball on our foot. Let's get it inside 50. Our press is working pretty well. We had 2 shots from our turnover straight away. All right, we're getting 2 or 3 shots out here in the far forward 50. All right, let's see if we can use those hit-ups and get that next one so we can get it in that scoring opportunity, boys.
Yeah. Let's go, mate.
We start again. Let's go.
Come on, boys, come on. Get around each other.
Well, you can just see there, Marco was just talking to his players just about overusing the ball. They're overusing the ball coming out of their back half too much. We talked about the kick-to-handball ratio. Wants them to get the ball, move it on quicker, get into his forward line quicker, make sure they score on those opportunities when they get it in there.
Thanks, Cameron. Well, it's an 8-point lead to the Falcons, who had plenty of the ball. Nelson and Jones, 11 disposals and 7 for Jones. But would it be a bit unfair to the Falcons to say that the Box Hill Hawks look a little bit more dangerous?
Well, they do, particularly going forward. They've had 5 inside 50s for 4 shots at goal. So when they do go forward, they are more dangerous. West Perth have had 10 inside 50s for 2 shots at goal, but find themselves 8 points up. So that's a real positive for them. But they should be further in front with the amount of inside 50s they've had.
Yeah, I think we're listening to the coach there. The kick-to-handball ratio is a little bit of a worry for Box Hill. That's almost 1-to-1 at the moment. And that's because we've seen so many stoppages in that first quarter.
Yep.
Box Hill Hawks rely on their foot skills. So they need to get that ball out into the open to be able to use that.
2 goals to 4 behinds as the second quarter gets underway here at Etihad. And Loudon wins the tap, but there's Nelson who just...
He's racking it.
He got 36 disposals in the grand final last year.
He's up to 12 already.
He's up to 12 already in a shortened game. He's the best man on the ground at the moment. And we've got a ball up here. Players hoping for holding the ball. Wasn't to be. Now,
which way is this going to go?
It's going to go the Falcons' way. Put his head down and was collected. It's once again, it's big Marcus Adams.
What do you think, Baz?
Look, 2 players going with the ball. Let that go for me. I'm one for if both players are going, there's accidental contact. Well, let it go.
They hit the contest at the same time.
That's right.
Had some really good attack on the footy in the first quarter, Adams. Even though he only had the 1 disposal, he was competing hard.
He's a big boy,
isn't he?
He's in a unit.
From 40 metres out, Adams to keep the perfect record for the Falcons in... No, it was going to be 3 straight, but it's their first behind of the game.
Loves a protein shake, no doubt.
He's a big boy. Drills the kick up the middle.
Perfect.
Beautiful kick to Lock. And Lock, that one's not so perfect. So there you have the 2 sides to the coin. Perfect kick up the middle, and then the kick from Lock.
And I always find that interesting. A beautiful kick there by Ben Ross through the middle of the ground. But then Lock goes to the widest part of the ground. Keep the football going through the middle of the ground.
Keep the corridor.
Yep.
Loudon got rid of Martin and then knocked it down. Forward it goes, and that's a good mark there for Ross. He's not sure. And again, he'll find his target, and he does so perfectly to Wiles. Looks up, sees 2 men in the middle. One of them's Lock. And again, he went sideways. He was hoping to give it off to Lawler, but they made a meal of it here, the Hawks. The Falcons could make them pay, and they do now. Manning drills it in low. Couldn't find his target. Missed everything. Mirror back under some pressure. Didn't panic. Heatherly. And they're going up the corridor again, so that's this time. And Woodward comes in with some real speed and skill. Handball looking for Brown. He's on hands and knees. Stolen by Wood.
Yeah, it's exactly right what you say, Ramo. It's spot on that once you're in the corridor, you've got to stay there.
Yeah,
it's the quickest way from coast to coast. You put pressure on their defence. If you move the ball quickly, that's exactly how your forwards want it in. Not chipping around, just trying to keep possession football.
How's a kick by Loudon off the ground? I thought Collins was a bit unlucky there. Grimley Gave it over. Sicily's kick in long. Good take there by Willsmore.
Well, they're really troubling on one-on-one. Got a lot of good one-on-one players up in their forward line, the Box Hill Hawks. They're really exposing the defence of West Perth at the moment.
Dallas Willsmore
on the rookie list, on Hawthorn's rookie list. So through the under-18 competition here in Victoria, very good player, but he's just in that in-between height, so really got to find himself a position.
Needs to finish off, and he doesn't make any mistake. They get their first goal of the night, and they get the margin back to 3 points. Yeah, he's an AFL AIS Academy graduate.
Yeah, so look, very North Ballarat Rebels here in the TAC competition in Victoria, but it was really good play by Loudon out of that contest. And you're right, Collins is really unlucky not to get the mark, but a smart kick by Sicily. He could have went for home, but he just pulled the kick. And Willsmore's body use there and body positioning was fantastic.
He was the other guy had more weight and more height on him.
Yep. Most players you see in that instance would use their hands. It's a good illustration of how to use your body properly.
So they go forward and they get a mark inside forward 50 and finish off. So back in the middle, and this time it's Martin off the ground and beat Loudon to it. Woodward working hard to get plenty of possessions through the middle. Loudon got a quick call out wide from Lawler. Big jump at it by Sam Grimley. Marusik, and they work it out by hand. Jones's kick asks a fair bit of crisp. Hawks maybe tied it up. Guardian got rid of him though. Nelson, another touch for him. Thrum. Into the middle they go. Big Martin was up and down, but it's stolen there by Cust. And away go the Hawks. They're 2 and 1 up forward here. Grimley, Sicily. And in the end, the Falcons did really well to win that back as Guardian tries to find his man on the side in Aaron Black.
Well, they did terrific there, the Falcons, to win that football back, because it ended up being a 3-on-1 in Box Hill's favour. But it was, I think it was Tedesco, the captain there, who was able to create that contest and spoil. So it was really great play there.
Great take, the mark there by Salikas, and he gave it off. And there's a little nudge there from Adams. And
those big arms, they work.
Those big guns just got on the way there. Too much firepower. And he missed before, and he's on a tighter angle, but he's only going to kick from 25 metres out. So it really shouldn't present a problem for him. Just aim at the right-hand post and follow through. Adams, well, he gets it right, left to right. It works, it'll do, it's a goal. And a good answering goal by the Falcons. And Adams has looked good up forward.
Well, he certainly has. Look, it was a good kick, and they just put some pressure. This is a good third man up. Fantastic grab. He moved it on quick, which is a really good thing for his forwards. But it just makes the defenders nervous. A big long kick, one-on-one. Obviously, this guy's got some real strength about him. We can see that. One-on-one, you back him every day of the week.
3 disposals, 1 goal, 1. But he's certainly got a physical presence out there. I mean, good use of the body there as well. He's got a big, strong trunk. Falcons get their third. Ball at ground level. Murphy off the ground for Box Hill. Out wider, Alexander's got to give it quick, and he does, to Nelson, who's everywhere. Not his best kick. Into the middle they go. This is Zach Webster. High ball. Grimley at the back. Sicily at the front. Take your pick. Sicily too strong. Just judged it better than the rest. And quick short to Murphy opens up the goal. Good play. Good thought process.
Well, he did just judge that better, Sicily, because we're watching Grimley from up here. We thought it was Grimley who was going to get his hand and got his hands on the football, but Sicily just read that really, really well. Watching the replay here, that was a great mark by Sicily, and then presence of mind just to square that football back up into the centre corridor to Murphy.
So Murphy, dear, it's out of bounds. They'll have to reload there. He kicked it up behind, but if that was a golf shot, he'd be in the bag looking for another ball.
Moons, what did we think of that technique coming in to kick for goal, tossing the football around in the air?
Yeah, look, probably not the best one to talk about technique. Obviously, Barry was the best goal kicker in this group.
Big spoil from Heatherly. Falls to Isles. Lock. Oh, it didn't matter. It's hit the post again.
He's 7 scoring shots now, Matty.
It needs a bit of work.
Yeah.
Both arms go out wide, so there's no real guide down and no
need a guide down, don't you?
No maintenance and balance all the way down.
Watch it onto the foot.
Yeah.
Remember, what's the highest possession you've seen in a Foxtel Cup? 30?
I think it was 30 once, I reckon, we've seen.
Well, Nelson's on 15.
He's a good chance.
8 minutes into the second quarter.
Yeah.
It's remarkable.
Well, we've seen a record number of tackles last week from the Western Storm. They had 83, which is an amazing number in a shortened game. So, as you said, Baz, it might be a disposal high tonight.
83, that's a storm of tackles. That's the collective noun of tackles. That's brilliant, isn't it?
Ba-dum-tsh.
Ball up.
You look here again, off the back of this
He's
pack,
looking to come
Mirror.
back on. He wants to get back involved, Nelson.
Mirror's just sitting off the back of this contest again. So there's a quick kick out from West Perth. He's in perfect position, but West Perth need to realise, Baz, that they have the extra number at this contest.
Yep.
So if they do, they need to run the football at Box Hill.
It's a poor forward line setup too, Rama. They're all just leaving him stand there right by himself. The 3 forwards have all spread out, just allowing him an easy uncontested mark if it comes near him.
Marusic takes that mark. Not a good kick. It's well cut off by Tutupu, but Marusic will get another chance to get onto his left this time, courtesy of the Brown handball. Up it goes, over the back it spills. Numbers for Box Hill. Ross to Kennedy. Good spread. And they're out here with Willsmore again, but he slows it down. Isles leads for him. Well, Tutupu finds a bit of space. Jones with a strong spoil. High ball up. Sicily was there, but we've seen Salikas take a couple of good marks tonight. One up forward and now one down back. And he plays on quickly, looking for Black. Black's got a runner in Morrow. Morrow keeps it down the line. And Manning, I don't know how he found it. Did he just come on? He's just on his own there.
Manning just came on, guys. Cripps had to come off because he hurt himself in that marking contest a few seconds ago.
Thanks, Cam. And there's a push afterwards, so it'll be a free downfield. Adams doesn't know it yet, but he's going to have a shot at goal.
Seems like a pretty good player, Manning, doesn't he?
Very athletic, moves all right.
Yep.
So this will be Adams' 3rd shot for the quarter, or he's looking for an option to give off. As a Premiership winning captain forward, Barry, should he give off or just have a shot?
Well, it depends how confident you are. I'd have a shot from there. Definitely. I'd probably have a shot from anywhere there. But
That's what I wanted to hear. So Adams for his 2nd of the quarter. And to get the margin back out to 13 points. Tough kick. It's pretty good off the boot, though.
It's good.
It's close. Umpire just getting to the side of the post. So 1 goal 2 for Marcus Adams. And we saw Manning come on because here's Crisp, number 6 on your screen. Just gets collected by his own man in Sever Martin.
The feet taken out. Or the legs taken out in that case.
Didn't get far there, Box Hill on the way out. And that's a win for the Falcons to hold it in their area 20 metres from goal. Crisp looks okay. Again, a good smother. And following it up was Thrum. And still going Thrum. He got it out to Salikas. There's a good handball out there. It was from Guadnan. Adams, quick give. Touched off the boot, or is it? Van Berlo was the kicker. Just the behind. So
it's a pretty good game of footy at the moment. The kicking efficiency is not real high at the moment. It's a bit scrappy. But that's because of the pressure. The tackling's been fantastic. Pressure around the footy's been good. So we've got a real contest.
Grimley in the best spot for that one, and Sam Grimley takes it easy.
Well, he's been jumping really well at the football. He hadn't taken a mark until then, Grimley, but very athletic. Looks like a real player of the future for Hawthorn.
Kicked it straight to Jones, though. Jones will find his man, and our man Nelson.
Probably needs to put on a bit of weight, Remo.
Yeah.
Grimley.
Yep.
Built like a carrot.
Most of those guys, sort of develop sort of early 20s, don't they, rather than 19, 20? Sort of 22, 23.
He came to the club as a ruckman from the Northern Knights, so very skinny when he got to the club. And he has put on some weight, but still a long way to go. Probably turning him into more of a key forward. They are the Hawks.
His father Brett played at Fitzroy. Meanwhile, it's the Falcons with Chris Shannon a shot at goal. It might not make the distance. Adams was there again, not to be, another behind, and starting to even up on the scoreboard as far as scoring shots go. 7 apiece now. On the way out, this is Caden Brand. And he's looking for Tutupu. One of the New Zealand boys out there. Barry, you were over in New Zealand for a game not too long ago?
Yeah, I was over in New Zealand. I'm not surprised that there's a few New Zealand players out there. Footy's probably bigger than what we think over in New Zealand. It's grown quite a bit. It's great that we've got some premiership points being played for over there, and it's a big step forward for AFL in New Zealand. So it's great to see some Kiwis out there playing some footy.
Wood kicked it into the pocket, was hoping to find O'Donnell. It was a little bit slippery, wasn't it? I think that's an issue with that game. I've seen a couple of games at Wellington. It gets a bit slippery, doesn't it? Yeah,
it does. It's right next to the bay, so it gets quite dewy and cold down there. So it's always slippery, cold and wet. Unfortunately, not the greatest spectacle for the fans, but nevertheless, they love getting there.
Now, Wood kicks the goal. Is it going to be advantage, or is it coming back as a free kick? Other way. So Falcons ball. And Nelson to take the free kick. Jones has had plenty of it as well. Little bit casual from Black. They work it out. Morrow to Black, hugging the line, not 15. And Salikas did all right. Did well to work it out. Brown wants to get it out of the danger zone. High ball up. Woodward comes in to help out. Exxon was there. Woodward again. Kick forward.
Good kick.
Yeah. O'Donnell stays on it, or Kerr I should say, and can't keep it in, Rowan Kerr.
Well, his fellow forwards just he needs some support there. You know, he created the contest, and once again the Box Hill Hawks were there in numbers, so he just needs a bit of support from his fellow forwards.
West Perth by 10 points, just under 3 minutes remaining in this first half. We'll discuss the James Viney's suspension with Cam Mooney and Adam Ramanauskas and Barry Hall. Barry and Cam in particular, absolutely over the moon with the decision. Discussed that at half-time. And ball up by the Falcons. I've really been impressed by their work rate, their tackling, and they just want to hold the ball in the area.
And I'm officially on Nelson watch. He's up to 18 at this stage. I'll keep you posted.
Well, that's 18 and a half. So he's a half Nelson at this stage. He's not too bad.
World record pace at the moment.
Yeah, it is. Terrific.
And Woodward not far behind from a Box Hill point of view of 14.
Yeah, his work rate's terrific. And I guess that's what the Hawthorn match committee want to see from Woodward. Just work.
Yeah, definitely. Look, and a great story coming back from two knee reconstructions. The players all love him down at the club, and wearing Max Bailey's old number now.
There's a free kick coming back to West Perth again. Martin wanted to take off.
Once again, numbers back for the Box Hill Hawks.
Strikes kick, an easy one for Kurt Heatherly to pop over the line.
This is the issue, Baz. Inside 50s are 18 to 12 in West Perth's favour, but both teams inside 50s haven't been deep enough.
No.
Haven't been deep enough to maintain the pressure and keep the ball inside 50. The ball has really been played between the arcs so far to start this game.
Jones didn't really look, but it might work here for the Falcons. Kick around the corner, just off to the right.
But they haven't been deep enough, Rammer, but they also haven't been smart enough in terms of where they put the ball. The Box Hill Hawks are great one-on-one forward, so you need to kick it in deep and long for those forwards. West Perth just haven't been smart enough in terms of piercing targets, drawing the defenders out from the Box Hill Hawks. They're just floating numbers back. They're just got to be a lot smarter when they use the footy. Effectively, they've left the Hawks in the game, haven't they?
Yeah,
one goal,
6 in this quarter, and they only lead by 2 goals. They've had all the play, and they're still trying to get another one here. Guardinen around the corner. It's not a bad effort, but again, it's another behind. 1 goal, 7 for the quarter. Minute remaining. Chris trying to get back on. Jones has been terrific. He's off for a spell. 13 disposals for him off a half-back line.
this is fantastic. You got all the play and you got all these scoring shots. But one thing that does kill you if this does happen is the Box Hill Hawks go straight down and kick a goal. It's just deflating as a side. So you really need to make every post a winner.
Thompson, long kick out. Grimley at the back. He might still get it. He does. He gets the handball. When he gets out of trouble, the big man did well. Oh, it's a hard one. Oh, it was a hard one for everyone there. I thought Collins was going to go, but he didn't. Morrow goes to ground. Collins a chance. Some help.
Well done.
Patente, and they got it out to Strike, and Strike sees a man on the outer side. He's got some speed too. Have a look at Chris Shannon, and he's off and gone. 28 seconds remaining. He sets it up for a mark inside the forward line, over the back, and it's a punch clear, so it's a boundary thrown. So probably only time for the Falcons to score a goal. Chris Shannon showing he's got a fair set of heels on him.
That's fantastic, isn't it? You'd love to see that as a coach. a young guy taking the game on as he did.
Loudon down in front. First two though was Strike. It's stolen and kicked the goal. I think it's Nelson again, is it? No, it's Salikas.
Nevertheless, Nelson watch 8-19.
Terrific out of that contest, and they deserved that goal late in this quarter. West Perth. Watching the replay here, Loudon again wins that contest, but all the Hawthorn on ballers are too far away. That ball was only ever going to drop at Loudon's feet. And you watch all the Hawthorn, all the Box Hill players there, they're all standing behind their opponents. They needed to be first in, or at a minimum, arm across their direct opponent.
Great stoppage, but all come about from tackle pressure.
Well, liked what I've seen from Anthony Salikas. He missed the grand final with a shoulder injury, got injured in round 22. He's kicked a lot of goals in his career, over 300. And it was a timely one for the Falcons because as you see the clock, just 8 seconds remaining. They're out by 19 points. Free kick though for Box Hill, but it'll come too late for them in a quarter that was dominated by the Falcons in their forward 50 and 9 scoring shots to 3. They kicked 2 goals 7 to 1 goal 2. They've given themselves a buffer here, the Falcons. They lead by 19 points coming up after the break. Some of the big men in footy like Barry Hall and Cam Mooney talk about Jay Viney and whether he should or should not be playing next week. If you've just joined us, the West Perth Falcons lead the Box Hill Hawks by 19 points in a fairly low-scoring affair. So you'd have to say that there's a bit of work for the Hawks to do, Ramo, because they've only managed 1 goal 6 for the half. So they've got to find at least 4 or 5 goals here if they're going to win the game. Yeah,
well, I think a lot of work to do for the Box Hill Hawks, but both teams very inaccurate kicking. I think West Perth actually kept Box Hill in the game with their inaccurate kicking in that second quarter. So West Perth 2 goals 7 for that second quarter. So, but look, you still think Box Hill, when they want to, Baz, can probably take control of the game quite comfortably. But what West Perth have been very good at is keeping the football in close and not allowing Box Hill to get out and move the football and run and spread, which is one of their great strengths. Take
a look at the current VFL ladder. You can see the Hawks, the Premiers, up on top. With that draw that we talked about earlier with a healthy percentage. Port Melbourne pushing up as well. Sandringham had that draw. In a slightly new look competition with the VFL, so less and less clubs are co-opting with the AFL teams.
Yeah, well, undefeated with a pretty healthy percentage, so they're going along beautifully at the moment, the Box Hill Hawks. I'd like to see them in the centre of the ground. They're winning the hit-outs 24-8 at the moment, but they're losing the clearances 19-11, so they're getting sharked from guys like Nelson and Jones from West Perth in terms of they're getting the hit-outs, but they're not winning the clearances, so they've got to fix that up in the centre of the ground.
Yeah, look, they're getting comfortably beaten in the clearances, 19-11. So that's a big discrepancy there. But as Baz said, 24-9 hit-outs in Box Hill's favour. But what Box Hill are allowing the extra number at the stoppage, Matty. So, David Mirror is the extra sitting back for Hawthorn at the moment, but he's not really impacting the contest. He's only had the 7 possessions. I think he needs to get himself into more attacking positions as that loose defender. When Box Hill do win the football, he needs to get himself into an area where he can then be the person to propel Box Hill forward.
Falcons arrive on the ground, and we've talked about Nelson and Jones getting plenty of the ball. Salikas has taken some good overhead grabs. One thing I've been impressed with the Falcons is their work ethic. It's been better than the Box Hill Hawks.
It has been. Their tackle and pressure around the footy's been fantastic. I know they've been inefficient by foot, and some of their skills are a bit sloppy, a bit lackadaisy, but if they can clean that up and be a bit more efficient by foot and a bit more sharper in terms of their skill level, they can start cutting them up inside 50 and start hitting the scoreboard a bit more. So a lot of upside still in West Perth.
There is the waffle ladder as we see Subiaco and the Swans up the top, with East Perth having one game in hand over East Perth. And the Falcons down towards the bottom, but a lot of season to come. Good healthy percentage, 2 wins, 4 losses, and they can bounce back up that ladder pretty quick. 1 win would see them jump back up inside the 4 above Perth.
Well, pretty tight competition over there in the West, and look, they probably haven't been in the best form, but they haven't shown that tonight. I reckon they've been pretty competitive.
Where their advantage has been tonight is in close.
Yep.
I think they've just been harder than Box Hill, and that's evident by the contested possessions. It's plus 10 in West Perth's favour for the half, and as we mentioned, also the clearance is plus 8. So, look, Box Hill need to clean up that area. But if West Perth keep the game in close, I think they'll run away with the win.
Third quarter underway, an upset in the first game of the Foxtel Cup. Perhaps it's on the cards here. Hawks went in the game expecting to probably win, but at the moment it's the Falcons who are in front. Hard to get a possession here. Eventually they do. Black goes forward. He got it from Road. High ball up. Woodward was there. Manning. Incorrect disposal. And the Hawks, it'll be Woodward.
Just need a bit more of awareness in that situation. He just wasn't very... Well, he just didn't get rid of it quick enough in the end. And, in today's footy, and particularly this level of football, it's still a pretty quick game.
Murphy. Grimley. Wheels around quickly, but gets underneath the kick a little bit, so it goes very high. Martin back.
Good spot.
He was in the right spot for the big man.
Yeah, perfect spot there as a ruckman. He pushed through the centre of the ground to get to that contest. It was very good play by Martin. That's where you want your ruckman to be, Baz.
Not 15, the kick from Jones. A little bit of pressure there for Van Berlo, and some real pressure here. Isles wants a free kick. Kerr handballs it straight out of bounds, and it'll be deliberate.
Yeah, it was a shame. He slipped over there, Kerr. Had no teammates around, so... See the replay here, yeah, just slipped over or tripped over.
And the quick kick into Sicily, and you're pretty close to that, Cam.
See what they've spoken about. We know they couldn't quite get their hands on the ball when they weren't doing anything with it, or they weren't going inside 50 with any efficiency, but this first few minutes we're seeing intensity, and hopefully now we'll slot it off with a goal.
Sicily. Important kick this for Box Hill. Need to get something happening on the scoreboard. Straight through from him. And James Sicily gets their second goal of the night. And a little bit of noise from the Box Hill fans that are here. Get their team back in the game.
Yeah, well, it was just unlucky here. So Kerr slips over and then just gives the handball, goes straight over the boundary. But great awareness there, I think, by Isles to pierce that football into Sicily. And he's been pretty good tonight, Sicily.
He's done some good things.
Yeah, he's not tall, but he flies for his marks. He knows where the football's going, so he tracks it really well from the Western Jets, Sicily. So another good young player that Hawthorn have recruited.
Loudon winning the top. Nelson, half a handball from him. Here you go, the Box Hill Hawks, though. Ross got it back. Off a step, Woodward. Taken by Kennedy.
There he is.
And there he is, Sicily again. And all of a sudden, the Hawks looking dangerous.
Likely type, isn't he? Moves really well for a young fella. Knows where the ball's headed.
Reads it well, Baz. Look, that was great play by Aidan Kennedy to take that football at full speed and roll off and get it into a dangerous spot.
Sicily for 2 in a minute for Box Hill. And this will really get the enthusiasm levels up, and it'll get the momentum moving in their direction even faster.
Well, we need something to split up in this game. It's been a real arm wrestle for the first 2 quarters. And the first 2 goals for the Box Hill Hawks has split it open. But we speak about athleticism and endurance and all the rest of it. But if you're a smart footy player, that's first and foremost for me. That's the most important thing. Know where the footy's going, know where to lead to the leg, and a really smart kick in the end. And a great mark out in front. Most important, Rammer, he finished.
Yeah, he's finished 2 in a row there, Barry, and all of a sudden the deficit goes from 19 to 7 in the blink of an eye, courtesy of 2 goals to Sicily. Back in the middle. Webster couldn't get free. Murphy wins the clearance for the Hawks. Almost again from Sicily. Loudon got numbers out wide. It ends up with Ross. His kick might bounce through or goes across the front. And, well, Willsmore was trying to keep it in.
No left foot.
No left foot. No.
Says me. It's got a left foot, only so it don't fall over.
Or to pivot off. Make contact. Jones busted the tackle and got it out to Marusic. Took a good mark and pushed it out wide, hoping for Black. Over the top came Exxon, but it's out of bounds. It beats everyone. So questions being asked here of the Falcons. They had it their way, especially in that second quarter. Got out to a comfortable lead. Box Hill have stepped things up pretty quickly here. Martin winning the knock.
And now just need to control the football here.
Guardian wins the free kick. And he gets around the man on the mark. Or does he? No, he doesn't.
Great tackle.
It's probably not the best way to control the footy, is it?
Hard man to get past Woodward. Really good player. Here they come. Loudon wants a runner. Wants someone going past. Doesn't get it. Eventually, it's a hit and hope. Murphy lost it. Guardian's got it. Manning. Didn't go far. Little kick forward by Webster. Jones. Got it. It's been very good, Jones.
Yeah, he's very, look, and that's a great position for a defender. Grimley would be disappointed himself there. All forwards should be in front, Baz, but Jones just took that space in front of him.
Go through the corridor here, the Falcons trying to open it up, and they're spreading it wide and hoping to get over to Kerr. Kerr can come back through the middle, or there's a player going wide, and Morrow decides there's a whistle. It's 50 metres, so that'll bring Kerr within range.
Look, he was lucky there that...
I thought he was off his line.
Yeah, he was lucky there. What he should have done when he got that footy was just wheel.
Yeah.
He had one-on-ones to his advantage in terms of the West Perth forwards. There was only a couple inside 50. You just need to turn a wheel, take the game on, back your forwards one-on-one. Luckily, he got the 50-metre penalty.
Kicked 5 goals in the grand final, Rowan Kerr. And the kick is good. He kicks truly. And it's a goal that the Falcons needed against the run of play. Cam?
Look, you see this quarter, they've really fixed up their kicking box here. They're running at about 82%. So they're really finding their targets. They're moving forward with a lot more confidence. And I reckon the man is Aidan Kennedy. I'm not sure how many stats he's had up there, boys, but he just looks lively down here. He's playing down at full forward at the moment and really got him up and going. He's led hard at the ball. He's crashed a few packs, and he looks pretty exciting at the moment.
Kerr finishes off nicely. Gets the margin back to 13 points.
Important goal in the end.
Loudon got it down to Wood. He wins the clearance quickly. Numbers for the Falcons. Marusic with the big spoil, but it's only as far as Willsmore. Cut off, though, the handball. Now, sliding in, took the knees out. It'll be a Box Hill ball. It'll go to Willsmore. And he's going to send it to the top of the square, or even deeper. He's got Locke. He's looking for him, but guess who? James Sicily.
Well, we spoke about being a smart footballer, but you also need to be a good timer in terms of when to jump at the footy at the highest point. And this kid's got it down to a fine art.
Well, 3 West Perth players were surrounding there, but Sicily was just able really just to outreach them.
Yeah, and this for his 3rd goal of the quarter. 25 metres out, slight angle, never in doubt. Sicily's on fire at the moment, and he's got the Box Hill Hawks back in this game single-handedly. Cam Mooney, you were right behind that.
Well, Matt, he's given them the old come on, so he's pretty excited out here, but just watched his way he moved and made sure he never got contact from his opponent. Just kept off. It was a really smart movement. Would love the young kids to see how he did that. Made sure that his opponent never got body contact. That's why he got that nice run and free jump at it.
Well, where is his opponent, Moons? Because he was just able to go into that contest really uncontested. So he just continues to move, so he doesn't give his opponent a chance to settle, really.
Well, you're a defender, Ramo, and one thing that defenders hate is movement. If you're constantly moving, they got to find you.
Just saw Caden Brand go down for the Hawks just off on replay there to the right of screen. Got one in the belly. But anyway, we're back with the middle. Sicily, though, 3 goals in this quarter. They managed 1 for the first half. Woodward, his kick smothered. Going through was O'Donnell. Jones wraps him up. Wood, strong with the footy in the contest, trying to wrestle it out. The tempo's up and some physicality there. Inside 50, 6-2, favouring the Hawks. They've managed 3 straight out of those 6. In fact, 4 goals out of 8 inside 50s. It's a productive quarter. Whistle. And it's going to go to Martin.
It's big boy, Martin.
Yeah.
He's a big unit.
It's been a pretty good duel. The hit-outs have been one-sided, but around the ground's been a pretty good tussle.
Well, the free kick was actually for Guarden, and he kicked it off to Manning. He wants to go left. He wants someone to run left for him, or he's just going to chip it over the top. It was Foxing. He's Black. Oh, stop-start. And he's going to make it hard for his teammate in Thrum. Back there was Collins. Quick kick out of trouble. Good take, Morrow.
Catch.
Under some pressure. And he's not sure where to go. And he keeps it low and drills it out wide. He found the chest of Crisp.
Look, it's a tough shot at goal. It's wide, but they have got a shot at goal. They haven't just bombed it in and played into the hands of the Box Hill Hawks. So a smart kick in the end. If that's where the space is, that's where you've got to take it. So let's hope he can convert.
Mark Crisp, 34 goals last season for the Falcons. Tough kick, as Barry said. It's not bad. It's just a little bit shallow to the left-hand side. The behind for him. Just thinking, we haven't seen much of Nelson. Has he picked up a hard tag?
Just the one possession for Nelson to start this, well, not to start the third quarter, we're 3 quarters of the way through.
Yeah.
Baz, you'll find him. You've been on watch.
I'll find him, mate.
Nelson watch.
Nelson watch.
No, he's in the middle. He's got not a hard tag. Flying across the front was Brown. He's going to get it back, and he's going to have to move it quickly over to Johnson. And Isles gets there for the Hawks. Quick hands, Woodward gave it over to Kennedy. Cam said he's been very important. He kicks to the top of the square. No one home, though. And going back is Shannon, and he's got that good leg speed. He got there in time.
Jeez, he's got some pace, hasn't he?
He's got real pace.
Kicks it up high. It's not a great kick. Morrow's got to beat 2. Comes off the outside of his fist. Going sliding through was Thrum, but the ball's up high now. Pack forms, and waiting underneath it is Jordan Jones. Oh, floater. Mongrel out wide. And that'll probably go out in front of Marusic.
Very good defender, Jones.
It's been terrific.
He's up to 16 possessions now for the game. Just gets into the right spots. Plays at one of the key posts down back for West Perth. But just gets into the right positions, knows when to put a body on him, man, knows when to come in third up to help his teammates. So, very good defender.
Former West Coast Eagle and also played at Peel Thunder. 38 pace 30 inside the last 5 minutes. Marco Bello looking on. Coming through Thrum. Quick kick forward. And just a little push in the back there, so Rode will take the free kick. And he pops it out wide. Over the top of Talikas, and that's out of bounds.
I've been on Nelson Watch, boys, and Zach Webster is running with him, so he's done a fantastic job for this third quarter. As you said, held him to one possession, so what a great job he's done.
Murphy trying to break through. Kick goes past Laylaw, or Lawler, I should say. Ball into the pocket. Chance here for the Falcons. Trying to keep it alive was Patente. Crisp. Reverse torp. Did okay. But in the end, Thompson comes through and takes the mark, and they want to move it quickly here, the Hawks. Mirror. Not a good kick from him.
Yeah, it's a really bad kick.
Alexander a chance. He looks up. There's a player in the middle. He hasn't spotted him yet. Too late now.
I think
he's going to have a ping.
He can go the distance here, Matty.
Max Alexander for the big roost.
Well, it's live or die by the sword. If you're slotted through, you can't say much, but if it drops short 10 metres, you'll be asking some questions of him.
No senior games yet for Max Alexander. This might help out if he can kick at 55. It's going to go to the line. And easy to punch through, as Barry mentioned.
So it's not a good kick from a team aspect. You need that 15 to 20 metres out of the square, really. You want it in a dangerous spot to give yourself a best chance. That being punched through pretty easily by the Box Hill Hawks plays right into their hands.
Ryan Exon kicks it high. It's a really high ball. And they come from far and wide. And the big jump came from Brown. And he got it going the right way, though. Here go the Hawks with the run. Murphy, dangerous handball into the middle. Jones is there. Got there before Locke. It's got some help. Thrum. Kick goes forward. Standing in the way, though, was O'Donnell. Manning wraps up the tackle, wraps up the skipper. And they've held it in the area, West Perth. A big jump by Brown.
Massive jump on the ruckman.
From the ball up. Thompson once holding the ball. Will go again. Important 2.5 minutes here. In particular,
they're just hanging in there, West Perth, which is great because Box Hill have really dominated this quarter, 3 goals to 1, but also had the majority of the play, and they've been able to start to open this game up a little bit.
And that's gone out of bounds, straight from the ruckman. There'll be a free kick here, or is it? We can't work out who hit it. Discussion between field umpire and boundary umpire. And it's a draw.
Oh, no. That was Loudon.
That was Loudon.
That was clearly off Loudon.
Yep. Because you look at the direction Salikas was trying to hit it. Trying to keep it in. Isles. Oh, good mark by Cust.
Oh, he's in trouble here.
Oh, yeah. Just O'Donnell came in to help out. And he drives it low. Morrow, or not, Tedesco. Chance here on the way out, the Hawks, though. Had to stop and wait. Wood. Thrum goes in, comes out with the footy. Marusi. There's a whistle on play. Box Hill player down. Cop one high. It's Sam Isles.
It's against Martin. Look, Sam Isles doesn't generally stay down if he's not hurt. Here's a replay here.
Here's Martin.
Oh, just got him down the middle.
Yeah.
That's not too bad, is it?
Through the middle.
That's all right. Good.
Lawler out wide. Building here, Box Hill. Heatherly sets it up high, hoping for a big take. Sicily's kicked 3 for the quarter. He's not here this time. Ball comes out wide. It's taken by Cust, but he blows across the front just for a behind with a minute remaining.
Well, this is a time rammer, and I say it every year in the Foxtel Cup. The last 2 minutes of every quarter is the most important, particularly in a tight, tough game like it is. If you leak a goal in the last 2 minutes, it just kills you.
Could be leaking one here, the Falcons, but they've cleaned it up. Van Berlo has a runner out wide. Black, short. It didn't go all the way. He was trying to find Patente, but he didn't. And the Hawks go forward again. Off hands. Van Berlo was there. Picked up by Mirror. High ball from him. 2-on-1 situation. They'll need both of it. Marusic caught. Ball, it was dispossessed. Holding the ball. Will advantage be paid? No. It's coming back. But as Barry Hall mentioned, right at the end of the quarter, so important. And a chance here for the Hawks to get the margin back to just 2 points. Here's the tackle coming in from Ben Ross.
Well, was outnumbered initially, but come in for support. Help out his teammate, and they're the rewards you get. You do the hard work, you put on a good tackle, you get a shot at goal.
Ben Ross, former Kangaroo, 14 games in 4 years. He's a Liston Trophy winner. And here he is, kicking the goal for Box Hill and getting the margin back to just 2 points.
Well, it's the forward pressure that you want. Marusic was just unaware. Just had to get the football and know the time in the quarter. But just get the ball on the boot. Don't try to do anything fancy, or even give that handball over to Brown, who was just to his right. So you're right, Baz. Leaking goals late in quarters, particularly shortened quarters, is criminal.
Thrum working hard to get free. Siren sounds, three-quarter time. Falcons led by 19 at half-time. And the Hawks have had a good quarter, kicking 4 goals, 1 to get the margin back to just 2. First game of the Foxtel Cup this year was a thriller. We're in for another thriller. Back-to-back thrillers of the Foxtel Cup, live and exclusive on Fox Footy. Three-quarter time here at Etihad Stadium. We are all set for a fantastic finish. There's only 2 points in the game, and the challenge is on the Falcons to maintain their lead. Let's get down to their three-quarter time huddle and let's listen in to Bill Monahan.
Shannons and the Nellies and the Blackies to get the ball on the outside and run. Curry, we need a lift from you, okay? We need a lift from you getting your hand on the ball, making some good decisions. You're a quality user of the ball. You're a quality player. We need you to be the one kicking the ball well inside our forward 50. Okay, Sev's going to have a couple of minutes rest. So Marcus is going to go for about 3 minutes only. Marcus, I want you to jump at the ball. He's a big bastard. Jump at the ball, follow it up on ground level. If you get the ball inside our half, kick it long. Expect he's going to kick the ball long. So keep doing that. Chipper 5, Manning 6. Steve, you just play and try and we'll go a little bit smaller down there. Just try and sniff around at both Jono's and Drew's feet until Seb goes back in, and then we'll get Marcus back down there. Max, keep working back there. Show me doing some really good work. And Chriso, pace. All right, this is your time to shine. Jono, this is your time to shine. I've picked you to take it on and actually run and show some excitement and take the game on. And that's what we need from you kids. We've given you the opportunity. We need you to deliver. Let's go.
Well, we just heard Bill Monahan there just talking about decisions with the ball and without the ball. When they've got the ball, they're kicking when they should have handballed when they should have kicked, and spreading away from stoppages, getting absolutely done in those spreading away. And that's the reason why we saw the Box Hill Hawks get so many inside 50s. And James Sicily, we saw him get 3 goals in that quarter. Absolutely brilliant. High marking, the way he led, the way he moved, he was outstanding. They couldn't get near him. 3 goals in a quarter to really get Box Hill back in this game, all on the back of James Sicily.
Yeah, he was dominant, wasn't he, with those 3 goals? Just terrific to watch. 3 of 5. So we're set for a very tight struggle in this final quarter. Winner will go on to play Western Storm, who got through by beating West Adelaide. Maybe it'll continue with the West. It'll be West Perth, but the Hawks will be hard to stop, hard to hold out here. And there is Marcus Adams in the ruck, as we heard from Bill Monahan. Woodward got boot to ball. Black through, though. Strike. Can't bust the tackle and break free. Holding the ball. No attempt to get rid of it. Murphy gets under it a bit. Slices it up, but a big jump from Kennedy.
Sicily.
But in front, Sicily again. You don't need Kennedy. You don't need Grimley. You just need Sicily. He's making an offer you can't refuse.
Well, he's doing it beautifully, isn't he? He's taking pack marks. He's good one-on-one. He's flying for the ball with perfect timing, and he's finishing, more importantly. But, geez, I reckon they should start isolating this guy one-on-one a bit more, because if he can take marks like that, he's going to be a real dangerous player.
For his 4th, to put the Hawks in front for the first time since early in the first quarter. He's just hooked the kick to the left, so the Falcons live on for the moment.
What you also like about Sicily is one grab.
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no two grab at the football. It's just one grab clunk, and that's it.
It's just good timing of the jump, isn't it? He's disappointed himself to missing it. He might have another chance here. He tries to bring other players into the game. A little bit fierce with the handball. Taken by Brown. Comes to Ross.
That's a goal.
Gee, that's a goal. Well, Sicily missed it, but Ross didn't. And Ross gets his second. He got one just before three-quarter time, that important goal. And he's kicked 2 in a row now, and the Hawks are in front.
Off the free kick, has a great spoil by Loudon, back into a dangerous position, and another tackle by Woodward. But this ball just spills out, and Ross, just opportunistic, really, Baz, from the boundary, gave it enough air, and the Hawks now in front.
Some real class being shown here by the Hawks, Sicily, and now Ross. And they've got 5 of the 6 goals for the Hawks between them. Here's Isles. And Woodward again. He's been terrific. 21 disposals from him. High ball in. Where's Sicily? This time it's Grimley bringing it to the front so he can get some crummers. Jones through some traffic. They're not out of danger yet. Brown with Kerr. They combine out wider. Woodward will get there first for the Hawks. Cut off though by Adams. Off the outside of the boot though, towards the middle of the ground. Johnson couldn't mark it. Ball over the back. Potente. Wide's got a runner. Again, it's Kerr, Rowan Kerr into the middle. Good vision. And he found strike. And this could be the answering goal for the Falcons. We could have another lead change.
Oh, it was a really good, kick
twice,
by Kerr. Yeah, he was. He's involved twice, but just to get the composure, just to steady. Could have easily went long to that to the goal square, but was able to find Strike, who should now really kick this goal, Baz, directly in front.
It's not a difficult kick. He's going to kick from 35 metres out, virtually directly in front, right behind him. He hits it nicely, and the former Eagle puts it through and puts the Falcons back in front.
Well, fantastic play. And we heard the coach at three-quarter time. He wants them to take this game on. He wants them to run through the midfield, quick ball movement, and smart ball use. We heard Cameron Mooney talking about the ball use and how they use it. And this is perfect, going inside 50. He actually drew the lead in terms of the way he kicked the footy inside 50. So really smart kick and a really good finish in the end.
Bill Monaghan asked for a lift out of Rowan Kerr in that three-quarter time huddle speech, and he'll be really happy. He should send a message out to him. He'll be really happy with that from Kerr.
Just been informed that that's Raymond Bartholomew. So a jumper discrepancy from our lists.
He also spoke about stoppages, how they were getting beaten around those stoppages, then getting spread against. But you don't have to worry about that when you're winning those stoppages, and you just see how important it is from those centre bounces. When you get that ball going forward and you've got forwards in front, it makes the game so much easier to play.
So this is Johnson for the Falcons for 2 in a row.
Great kick.
Oh, he hits it nicely. And they answer again. Young Matt Johnson, he was asked for a bit from the coach at three-quarter time, a young player, and he hits that beautifully.
Well, what a terrific response from the Falcons.
Yeah.
And look, a young side going away from home against a side that's red hot at the moment on top of the ladder for the VFL, the Box Hill Hawks. A quick kick out of the stoppage. That's where they start to win the clearances. And Moons just spoke about how important it is. Get the ball in quickly, get the defenders on the back foot, and that's a beautiful kick at goal.
So all of a sudden, 2 quick goals. The Falcons back out to a 7-point lead.
It's an interesting one, that advantage rule.
Yeah,
I'm not sure where the advantage was there.
but it is the players'
It
decision.
is, yeah, I agree, Matty.
You just want a cool head in that situation, to sum it up very quickly. But anyway,
Particularly full forwards love the advantage rule when they get a free kick. The player plays on and misses it. They love it.
Death stairs, Baz.
Whistle on the wing. And we'll have a ball up. Quick kick out of the pack by Murphy. Down he goes as Cuss goes forward, but only onto the chest. Tedesco, and he just lobs it over to Stephen Brown. High ball to the wing, and it's an easy one to knock over the line. A percentage kick, really, as the Hawks get ready for it.
It's a physical contest, and the Foxtel Cup, that's what it brings. It brings mature bodies, hard and tough.
Steve Patente taking that knock as Jordan Jones marks it. Cam, your thoughts on Sicily?
Look, he's been there. He got to the club at 56 this year, and we're already seeing how much of a talent he is. And it's amazing how Hawthorn just keep rolling out these gun forwards, and he's just another one to look forward to the future if you're a Hawthorn player.
Adams, long ball up. Got some numbers here, the Falcons. Kerr again, right towards the line, and it's rushed through by Ryan Exxon. Hawks on the way out through Woodward. Up and under he goes. And there's a whistle. And he was holding, or Shepherd. Big Martin's got it.
Just get it back in there.
Right, West Perth.
Just get it back in there. Keep the pressure on Box Hill.
High ball up from him. Hawks to spoil. Somehow it goes over the back though. Quick kick by Rode, and his kick to the wrong side of the post, so just a behind.
We see so often players dribbling the ball along the ground, and they miss those easy ones, and you hear the great Jason Dunstall blow his top. But at that stage, he actually needed to go on the ground on that stage to actually get the ball to roll back around.
Loudon in the middle, strong hands from big Luke Loudon.
I spoke about the duel of the ruckman. It's been a really good tussle.
He got it over to Cust, and he's got a big switch to the outer side. It's a dangerous kick, but it might just work here for the Hawks. Chance for Ross.
Good tackle.
Yeah, numbers here for the Falcons. Manning should have given it, didn't. He's going to back himself. Ran his full measure, and then gets a little bit of distance on the kick. Well done by Mirror to get in front of Talikas. Mirror gives it back to Woodward. Pressure's really on here. And the numbers should suit. Kennedy slips the handball inboard. And that's Grimley this time, and well played. Good transition from the Hawks. Bit of cramp there for Sam Grimley, is it? And that was Cust with a beautiful pass.
Well, it's been an interesting last quarter in terms of momentum. Box Hill Hawks had it for the first bit.
We are in for a tight finish, aren't we? Important kick here. We know Grimley will get the distance. From just outside 50. Well, I shouldn't have said he'd get the distance.
He's cramping.
Yeah, he's cramped up. Sicily was there again.
What if he cramped, Baz? That went straight through the middle?
Well, I don't reckon it was cramp. I reckon he's acting, because it was a terrible kick. But look, he just laid back on it way too much, and you've got to put your head over the footy and kick through it.
Yeah, you've got to get some momentum through the ball. So they're still in their forward line here, Box Hill. And
Good
Woodward, yeah, it was a tap from Loudon, was looking for Woodward, and he got it to Sicily. Round one, round two, handball back. Loudon again. No help there. Rode can't take it. Alexander, this is Bartholomew. Nelson, what a big first half he had. Heatherly, Lawler, dribbled ball, Morrow in trouble. Suicidal from Woodward. Down low, it was Martin, he got down there, Isles. Just anything going here. Sicily, Woodward. Ross, it's kick two. Oh, look at that, he's kicked three. That's brilliant from Ben Ross. Absolutely stunning goal, his third. And he and James Sicily are keeping the Hawks in this margin 3 points.
Well, it's off the back of Woodward.
Yeah,
work.
exactly.
He's been super this last quarter. He's been super all game, really, but he's had the 26 touches so far in this game. And a couple of efforts he did there really created that goal. He's been super.
It was a genuine 50-50 contest at centre half forward, and Woodward was able to win that football for Box Hill. But then straight back up on his feet. That's what I love. He hits the ground straight back up on his feet, recovers, and he's able to get involved in the play again and give the handball receive to create the goal.
Well, Rammer, I'm there on Woodward watch.
You're on Woodward watch.
I've sacked Nelson.
Yeah.
27 disposals so far.
8 tackles, 6 clearances. So it's a very good game. I think we may see him in the senior team sooner rather than later.
I think you might be right.
Well, performances like this, you'd have to crack a game.
Well, Sam Mitchell's out.
Yes.
Brian Lake is out. Different player, of course, but they've got to cover a couple of the seniors. And there's a holding the ball decision. And away they go. It's Ross again, going out wide.
Oh, great spoil.
Great contest.
Great spoil. That came from Van Berlo, and they push it over the line, the Falcons. They still lead. 6 minutes remaining. The youngest of the Van Berlos.
That's just
Great
a great
spoil.
contest, isn't it?
Yeah, and Locke was just keeping his eye on the ball. From the throw-in, it was Locke over the top. Thrum with a clearing kick. Thompson couldn't take it. Collins can send the Hawks back forward. And a whistle as Shannon was going to give it off. He's going to get it back.
Rammer, can we see an upset here? Box Hill Hawks, undefeated, probably coming in today's game favourites. We know West Perth are 7th on the ladder in their respective competition.
Well,
Could we see an upset?
Yeah, well, they can't go under their shells. West Perth,
Yeah,
West
they've
Perth.
gotta get another
They've got to attack. They've got to continue to attack.
Yeah, they have to kick another goal. Whoops. That's not how you do it, Joe Morrow. Kick back by Tutupu. Big leap. Grimley couldn't take it. Isles slips it over to Murphy. Not to be Murphy.
Oh, geez, there's been some opportunities missed in this game by both sides.
Yeah, there is, isn't it?
But the ones we look at are the critical ones, just like that one.
Sam Grimley looks like he's about to take mark of the year all night. Just hasn't been able to. That last 5%, and there it is. Finally got one.
Yeah, he got that one, and he's going to send them back in forward quickly. Again, it's off the outside of his boot.
Oh, he's cramped. No, he hasn't.
No, he might have favoured him though there, and he's paid the mark to Brown. 4.25 minutes remaining. 2-point game. Straight up the guts. Risky kick. Grimley arrives. Martin can't take it. Well, gets a pretty soft free kick, but he's still got it. This next one's important. He wants a runner. He gets it. Jones gets around a couple. Kicks it out wide. Over the back it goes. Marusik. And it's knocked out by David Mirror.
Oh, he's lucky there, David Mirror.
It was fairly deliberate, wasn't it?
He was going for the boundary. I thought the umpire was going to call it deliberate.
This is going to go down to the wire. Can we see a draw for the first time in the Foxtel Cup?
And Ben Dixon's not here.
Hawks with a chance here. Coming through O'Donnell, beautifully picked up by Mitch O'Donnell, and he finds his target in the middle of the ground, which is Murphy. Plays on quickly. The Hawks building once again. Sicily's the man of the hour. He goes up. Couldn't take it. Tedesco got back at him. Sicily's second effort taken by Jones. He's wrapped up by Ross. The two key forwards there doing well for the Hawks, but they run it out here, the Falcons. The kick was low from Steve Potente, and Collins forces it over the line. 3 minutes to go.
So if we do go to extra time, if it is a draw, we go to extra time. The siren doesn't go, and it is the first team to score, Baz.
Oh, really?
Glad you knew that, Rammer.
Keep
Loudon.
up, Baz.
I don't think it'll happen anyway. I think next goal will win it, so whoever gets it might be the one. Potente into the pocket he goes, onto the chest, and that's a good mark by Max Alexander. Well, he backed himself to kick one from 100 metres out, and this time he's only 40 metres out, but it's a very tight angle.
These can be the plays that break the back of sides. They've done all their hard work to get back into the game, missed some opportunities late, and if you can kick a ceiling goal like this, it's going to kill the Box Hill Hawks.
And take your time. Just take as much time. Exactly.
Good kick from Potente. Beautiful kick. Alexander. See the drop of the ball there. He's got hands spread. It's off to the right. Might still be in, and it's knocked out of play.
It's probably not a bad result.
Better than the point,
if he
probably.
missed. Yeah, if he missed, the possession went back to Box Hill Hawks.
Plus, it gets it gives them a chance to set up to go coast to coast.
That's right.
Yeah. 2 minutes remaining. Loudon's got the height here, and he couldn't quite get the knockout. O'Donnell trying to force his way through.
This is what they need. This is what
Falcons are trying to hold it
Perth
up.
need.
Yep.
Is just a contest after contest. Try and zap some time out of this clock, which they're doing beautifully. They've still got a minute and 45. So
Got a free kick here though, the Hawks. Isles, risky kick to Ross. Plays on, wants a runner, gets it in Webster through the middle of the ground. He goes long. Murphy's his target. Martin's got the height. Ball comes down to ground level. Crummer needed. Sicily there. So too Jones. Both been very good for their respective teams. Sicily can't get his handball out. Woodward also searching for it. Can the Falcons hold it up in there? They're trying to, and they do. Down to 80 seconds.
well, what a high pressure game we've got, Ramo. It's fantastic down there.
Quick kick out of the trouble zone by Van Berlo. Important ball to be won here. Can the Hawks get it back in? Or can the Falcons just drive it as long as they possibly can? Huge kick forward by Adams, heading for the boundary. Great kick in the end. Smart footy.
Well, it's going to be tough from here for the Box Hill Hawks. I know there's a minute on the clock, but with the way the game's gone at this stage, the ball movement hasn't been all that quick.
They need really clean possession
They
here.
do,
If
yep.
the Falcons can get half a scrap, it'll probably be enough. Adams will be too short for Loudon as he pops it down in front. O'Donnell searching for it. Got it. Just handballed out towards Isles. Off the ground, not enough. Falcons got some numbers here. Can they keep possession? Not just yet. Slung to the ground afterwards. West Perth ball. If they can mop it up, they can win the game.
That's a big free kick.
And that says it all from the coach, Marco Bello. Black, they're just going to wind down the clock here. 40 seconds to go.
This kick here, if it's long, Baz, it needs to be virtually to the boundary, so it goes out of bounds and it's deep inside West Perth.
Oh, dear. Well, he's given them one more chance. The kick from Marusic. So 27 seconds on the clock. It's got to be perfect.
Oh, I know you're tired and it's at the end of the game, but you have to do better than that.
Woodward, Grimley's at the back. Loudon's at the front. Grimley couldn't take it.
Good tackle.
And the Falcons hold it up with a tackle, and they'll mop up 10 seconds here. It's a miracle now for Box Hill. West Perth look as though they'll get through to take on the Western Storm in the next round of the Foxtel Cup. Kicked forward by Webster. Misjudged. Ball at ground level. Marusic. Well, he's kicked it out of the full again, but it doesn't really matter because he's managed to get it to 7 seconds. It's got to be a big talk, big barrel. Woodward sets it up high. Numbers back. Ball at ground level to be won.
Upset.
Van Berlo wins it. Falcons, aren't they happy? They've inflicted the first defeat of the season on the Box Hill Hawks, and the Falcons are through. Another upset in the Foxtel Cup, and they deserve that win. They wanted it more, and they've got there by just 2 points.
Well, they absolutely deserve that win. They were just better in close the entire game. And we watched there was a couple of critical contests at the end where West Perth were just able to keep that ball in the area, whether it be a tackle, whether it be a restart, stoppage. Box Hill could never get clear possession, Baz, where they could take the ball from coast to coast. West Perth were always able to turn that football over and get it going back down their other way.
Shane Nelson was magnificent in the first half, 19 disposals. Here he is with Cam.
I am here with Shane Nelson. Look, fantastic game, mate, but we're just talking quickly. Just that last 5 or 10 minutes, geez, you boys had a crack at it for a Tuesday night.
Yeah, no, it was a hard-fought game the whole time. So, they're a great side, and that's why they're the best, for Melbourne. So, we just wanted to lock it in the end and get as many stoppages as we could, and in the end, time ran out. So, it was great. What
does it mean for you guys? You're not having a great year yourselves, 2 and 4 at the moment, but could this be something just to get your season really going?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, we were struggling a little bit at home. Everyone pretty much wrote us off. To come over here and expected us to get flogged. So, to come over here and get a good win was positive, and hopefully we can maintain the momentum going in back into our regular season.
Now, what happens tonight? Your boys are away from home. Does the Cockroach allow you just to go out and have a little bit of a celebration tonight?
Well, we'd love to. We might try to sneak out to the casino later, but we've got an early flight tomorrow, so yeah, we'll do our best, though. We'll do our best.
Well, mate, you're into the next round. Congratulations and good luck, mate. Well done.
Cheers, mate. Thanks, mate.
Yes, Shane Nelson very happy. Who knows what he's going to do after the game, and it doesn't matter because they are going to have a home game next time when they take on the Western Storm. The boys from Tassie have to travel again. Hard-fought win by the Falcons that defeated the Box Hill Hawks by 2 points on a Tuesday night on the Foxtel Cup. Live and exclusive on Fox Footy. We'll take a break. Some terrific highlights tonight here at Etihad Stadium. Some good marks, some good goal kicking, some strength on show, some good tackling. And it was an intense game, and in the end, the West Perth Falcons had the answers. They were challenged by the Hawks. The Hawks got in front of that last quarter. Looked as though they'd run on, but goals to Bartholomew and goals to Johnson. And they were pretty pleased to win. They've come here to Melbourne as the underdog, and they've gone home the winner. And the final scores, 53-51. Ross and Sicily 3 apiece, 6 of the 7, but all single goal kickers for West Perth. And Nelson and Jones were terrific. In particular, Nelson's first half. Woodward was outstanding, probably the best man on the ground, but unfortunately for him, it was a losing game, game for the Hawks. But West Perth probably wanted the win more.
Yeah, look, they wanted to win a lot more. As I mentioned, they were a lot better in close throughout the whole game. Woodward was sensational for the Hawks, but it wasn't enough.
Well, Barry, they move on to the semi-finals. Thank you for your info tonight.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you also to Cam Mooney, to Adam Ramanauskas, I should say. So the Falcons through to the semi-finals, and they're in good voice as they've defeated the Box Hill Hawks by 2 points.